Mr. Patriarca would sit out on the sidewalk. He'd sit outside and he'd have a beach chair. He'd sit there every day. And he'd sit there casually and he'd talk to whoever his friends were. And if a woman went by, he'd stand up and he'd tip his hat, you know. Everyone on Federal Hill felt protected. Because the word was, I don't know if this is true, but the word was that he would never allow any violence up here. Now, the only thing I can tell you is there wasn't any violence, except among criminal to criminal. So occasionally, you know, a criminal would be shot, but that was business that really no one even knew anything about.
Patriarca, it was as bad as he was a good man up in Federal Hill. Don't anybody go up in Federal Hill and touch anything. He'd straighten them out in a hurry.
The neighborhood was safer when Raymond Patriarca was in power. And again, this would enhance his ability to be the crime boss. It made him that much more feared, and not just feared, but revered and respected up on Federal Hill. If, you know, not everyone's bad all the time, and of course if you're running an organized crime family, you can't be good all the time. But I think to have these two faces made him that much more effective as a leader.
In fact, I got along with them well, including Ray Patriarca. He was across the street. And Ray would come over and see me occasionally and ask if something he could help with, do for, and so on. And I noticed, and I would give him names at times of the elderly, the needy. And at Christmas, Thanksgiving, they always got baskets, but they never knew where they were coming from, who sent them. And when I was doing the parking lot, you know, a parking area there, he helped out by sending, at that time he was operating some equipment or something. But they came over and they did a marvelous job. And what I had was pittance. I don't think I paid for the blacktop that went down there, you know. But he did all these things, and I never had any run-in with him at all. See? In fact, some people questioned me, you know, when he died, that he was being interred in a Catholic cemetery, and at that time, of course, I was director. He was a Christian. See, and what they had on him, we couldn't say, well, because, you know, you are reputed to have caused some killings and all, you cannot be buried or you cannot be a Catholic. No, you can't do those things. You get to give them the benefit of, so he bought a lot down at Gate of Heaven when I built that one. And never had a bit of trouble with him, though. Yeah, I did have some trouble with the local newspaper, though, because they got after me because they said that I was helping him, but they didn't follow the story. What I wrote was that he was helping the needy. After Raymond died, there were a lot of rumors, absolutely a lot of rumors. For example, I did not celebrate the funeral mass, you know, because I didn't want them to think that there was any connection. So they had one of the priests of the neighborhood, Pepito, did it, you know.
You know, the culture changes over the years. As you mentioned, a lot of people leave Federal Hill. They move to Johnston, North Providence, other places. I don't think it'll ever be what Raymond Patriarca made it into. I think if Raymond Patriarca was alive in 1990 or 1995, he would have been locked up for probably the rest of his life through electronic surveillance. It was just a different time.
Do we have problems in our own house? Yes. Have we tried to improve? Yes. And everybody should be labeled and characterized for commercial gain. That type of imagery of the people who came here and worked so hard. And I did the same thing with The Sopranos. They wanted to use my marinara sauce, and I told them no, because that marinara sauce supplies scholarships for kids who go to college. And they wanted to do the premiere, and I said no, you can do your premiere, but I won't participate in it because I don't think I don't think that it depicts the Italian American in a light that we can be proud of. And they just feed on it. They just keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. That stuff went away a long time ago. There's no organized crime left in the city of Providence, but there are some people who like the buck more than their heritage.